How instrumental is the show of control? The proof that we have some level of control and that Bia is not controlling. How important is that in our efforts of in our diplomatic efforts? You understand the dynamics better than anyone on this platform.
Well, if Bia is controlling anything, he's controlling it by with his use of arms. He's not controlling it because people obey what he says voluntarily. But above all, the most important thing is we're dealing with this lockdown September 9th, 2024. This September 9th, 2024, it is very important because it is a Monday, but it's also the beginning of a school year. That has been discussed for 2 weeks today. What you and me say is not very important because we know our positions. It is addressed to the people who have lied to themselves and to the international community that they have some control over Ambazonians when it comes to this liberation struggle. That's just a fact. And let me illustrate it with this. All Ambazonian, the majority of people there are Christians. Christians fall in different faiths, Presbyterians, Baptists, Protestants, and Catholics. By my own assessment, I think I'm right. The largest block of Christians that are in Ambazonia are Catholics. They are Catholics. And this is important because the Catholic Church has tried to wade into this thing. In goes down, go to school on Monday 9th and start the school because nothing is wrong. Just go. But this is important for them to know. This is a message from the grassroots. We will hear a message from the Catholic Church. We will hear a certain Archbishop Andrew. It's not very important. Look at, I know what the church is in Ambazonia. Archbishop Andrew lives in Bamenda. He owns a diocese called the Diocese of Bamenda. Forget about his title called Archbishop. The whole of Ambazonia is covered with 5 dioceses. One is in Kumbo, Banso. One is in Bamenda. One is in Mamfe. One is in Kumba. And another one is in Buya. And I've seen the images from Kumba, from Buya, from Bamenda, where Andrew lives himself, where there's total lockdown, where no child has gone to school, at least today, 9th of September 2024. And so, can the Vatican ambassador in Yaoundé, who lives far away in Yaoundé, can he believe in what Andrew tells him? If he also has to ask from the Bishop of Kumba, from the Bishop of Mamfe, from the Bishop of Banso of Nso Kumbo, he will know they are lying if they ever told him anything different from what we see today. The rest I leave it there. Mr. Paul Biya knows that he knows this thing. He has his people in Bamenda. He has Lele Afrique. Unless he's going to invent his own crowd going to school or violating goes down. He will tell him. He has his currently at Minnesota Mkumba, Chumbo Tamborin, whatever they call it, he called the student prefect. I saw him himself. He went around today to see where his schools are operating. One day there was nobody. So they will report this thing directly themselves to Paul Biya. They will just remind him because he knows that they have been lying to him. But this message is not for us. This lockdown is no longer a message to Ambazonians. No. They may complain, but it's a message to the world that we are determined. It is a message to the world to remind us what Agwambala was saying there in that segment you produced there. Agwambala invented nothing. That was not his opinion. Agwambala said the African Commission rules that Kole Anglophones or Ambazonia are a people with the right to self-determination. We, the people, the faith in that judgment are a people with the right to determine ourselves. That's what they call
yeah,
self-determination, what we want to be.
yeah.
Forget about your federalism or whatever thing. We will decide it ourselves. Yaoundé will no longer impose our law. That's not longer Yaoundé's wish. It is international law. The Banjul case, which Agwembala was referring to, is Communication 266. It was passed in 2009. They argued that, look, these people may complain, they are nobody. They are just people like Bamileke guys, like Garawa guys. And they lost it. Come
Mhm.
to look, these are entitled people with the right to self-determination. It's not a privilege, it's a right. And so we will have that right as defined by international law. To our brothers and sisters who are complaining, it's just normal. They feel the pain, they feel the hunger. So they might have been sick today and not go to the hospital. That's normal, they will feel that pain. But there's no enjoyment without suffering. Before you go to harvest plantains, cocoyams to eat, you suffer first and foremost in planting. You have mosquitoes who bite you there. You have nails choking you on your foot. Some of you will even die in the road. But at the end of the day, when the harvest comes, you are selling a kilogram of cocoa for 5,000 francs. You are selling a bunch of plantain for 10,000. That will wipe all your tears. Again, today is symbolic, very, very symbolic, in the sense that it has come at the beginning of a whole week, 2 weeks, a month of discussions, whether we are in control. And I think the evidence is glaringly there. As the
I'm
commissioner,
very happy. I'm happy that you would have given clarity to the strategy with us locking down to send a message. The government actually would want to enforce lockdown just to send a message to the international community and to the UN General Assembly, which is something we're going to come back. We're actually going to talk a little bit more on the school resumption, the position of the Catholic Church in Cameroon, in the Cameroons, Nikias and the others, and whatever they have to say, and what the government of Ambazonia is saying. But let me come back to you